My fiancée texted, "Wedding's still on, but I'm spending the last few nights before with my ex for closure." I replied, "Do what you need to do." Then I called the venue and canceled everything. She found out at her bachelorette party when the venue called her about the cancellation. I'm Kevin, 29 years old, and I got that text from my fiancée, Natalie, 27, on a Wednesday afternoon while I was debugging code at my tech company in Austin. We were supposed to get married that Saturday, 3 days away. The full message read, "Hey babe, just wanted to be transparent with you. Brandon reached out and we've been talking. He's going through a rough time with his mom's stroke and needs emotional support. I'm going to spend Thursday and Friday night at his place just for closure before our big day. Nothing will happen, I promise. The wedding's still on. Love you, Kevin." Brandon. Her ex of 4 years who she'd sworn she was completely over when we started dating 2 years ago. The guy who'd broken her heart by cheating with her college roommate. The same Brandon she'd claimed was toxic and manipulative whenever his name came up in conversation. I read the message 3 times, my coffee growing cold as the words sank in. Then I typed back, "Do what you need to do." She responded immediately, "OMG, you're the best. I knew you'd understand. This is why I'm marrying you, so mature and secure. Can't wait to be your wife on Saturday." 2 hearts. I put my phone down and stared at my computer screen for about 5 minutes, the cursor blinking in my code editor like a heartbeat. My coworkers were chatting about their lunch plans at Torchy's Tacos, completely oblivious to the bomb that had just detonated in my life. Then I picked up my phone and started making calls. First call, The Grove, our venue in the Hill Country. "Hi, this is Kevin Martinez. I have a wedding booked for this Saturday under Martinez Thompson. I need to cancel it." The coordinator's voice shifted from cheerful to concerned. "Oh my goodness. Is everything all right? You'll lose your deposit, Mr. Martinez?" "That's fine. Cancel everything, the catering, the flowers, the DJ, the photographer, all of it." "Sir, are you absolutely sure? That's nearly $15,000 in deposits alone." "I'm sure. Please process the cancellation immediately." The coordinator paused, probably dealing with her first runaway groom. "Of course, sir. I'll send confirmation emails to all parties within the hour." That last part would be important later. Second call, The Honeymoon Resort in Cabo. Canceled. Lost another $3,000. Didn't care. Third call, My best man Tyler. "Dude, wedding's off." What happened, man?" I forwarded him Natalie's text. The line went quiet for a long moment. "Bro, she really thought you'd be cool with that?" "Apparently. What do you need me to do?" "Already handled most of it. Just let the groomsmen know." By 6 o'clock, everything was canceled. I'd even called my boss and taken the rest of the week off, claiming a family emergency. Which wasn't exactly a lie. My future family was imploding. I'd already moved my stuff out of our apartment in South Austin while Natalie was at work. Her bachelorette party was that night, convenient timing. I'd only taken what was mine: clothes, books, my gaming setup, and the expensive coffee maker I'd bought. Left her engagement ring on the kitchen counter with a post-it note that read, "For closure." The beauty of it all? Natalie's maid of honor, Emma, worked at the Grove as an event coordinator. She wasn't working that day, but her colleague would definitely mention the massive cancellation when it processed through their system. I turned off my phone and went to Tyler's place to wait and watch the world burn. Tyler lived in a sweet condo near Zilker Park, and we settled in with some Shiner Bock and leftover barbecue from Franklin's. He'd set up his laptop to monitor social media. I'd blocked everyone preemptively, but Tyler was my designated intelligence officer. "This is going to be nuclear," Tyler said, refreshing Instagram. "You sure you want to go through with this radio silence thing?" I said what I needed to say in that text. "Do what you need to do." I meant it. Savage dude. Absolutely savage. We ordered pizza from Home Slice and settled in for what Tyler called the greatest reality show never filmed. My phone stayed off. Whatever was coming, it could wait until I was ready. The calm before the storm lasted exactly 3 hours and 23 minutes. The explosion started at exactly 9:23 p.m. Tyler was monitoring social media like mission control during a rocket launch. "Holy shit," he said, nearly spilling his beer. "Emma just posted a story from the bachelorette party. Look at this." He showed me his phone. There was Natalie with her bridesmaids at Rainy Street, all wearing matching Bride Tribe shirts, holding colorful cocktails and laughing. The caption read, "Last night of freedom for our girl. Woman dancing bride with veil." "They have no idea," Tyler muttered. Then at 9:23, the Grove's automated system sent out confirmation emails for the cancellation. Natalie had insisted on being copied on all vendor communications to stay organized. Tyler showed me Emma's next story posted at 9:31, emergency. Does anyone know where Kevin is? The text to Tyler started rolling in at 9:35. I had him screenshot everything for posterity. Emma, is Kevin with you? Natalie is completely freaking out. Tyler, yeah, he's here. Emma, the venue says he canceled everything. This has to be a mistake, right? Tyler, no mistake. Emma, OMG, why? Tyler, ask Natalie about Brandon. Radio silence for 20 minutes. Then Emma came back. You're both overreacting and ruining her life over nothing. Tyler, cool story. Emma, she's literally sobbing on the bathroom floor. Tyler, sucks to suck. I was actually impressed by Tyler's commitment to being my social media hitman. The next wave came from Natalie's mom, Linda. 17 missed calls to Tyler's phone. She didn't have his number before tonight, but apparently got it from someone at the party. The voicemails were pure gold. This is ridiculous. The wedding is in 3 days. You tell that boy to answer his phone right now. We have family flying in from Oregon and Florida. He's being a child. Natalie did nothing wrong. We're going to sue him for every penny. Good luck with that, Linda, I told Tyler's phone. Everything's in my name. But here's where it got really entertaining. Around 11 p.m., Brandon himself started texting Tyler. How did all these people suddenly have his number? Brandon, bro, tell Kevin this is all a misunderstanding. Natalie was just being kind because my mom's having health issues. Nothing was going to happen between us. Tyler, my guy, you literally texted the groom that his bride was going to spend 2 nights with you before the wedding. What did you think would happen? Brandon, it's not like that. Tyler, it's exactly like that. Brandon, Natalie said he was cool with it. Tyler, does he seem cool with it? The absolute best part came around midnight. One of Natalie's cousins posted a video from the bachelorette party aftermath. There was Natalie sitting on the bathroom floor of some bar on 6th Street, still wearing her bride-to-be tiara, mascara streaked down her face while her friends tried to console her. Someone in the background said, maybe Brandon can help you figure this out. And Natalie screamed, Brandon is why this is happening. So much for nothing will happen. Thursday morning. The day Natalie was supposed to go to Brandon's for her first night of closure. I woke up to Tyler showing me his phone with a mixture of horror and admiration on his face. Natalie had made a public Facebook post at 3 a.m. To everyone coming to celebrate our wedding this Saturday, it is with a heavy heart that I announce the wedding has been postponed due to Kevin's mental health crisis. He's struggling with severe anxiety and paranoia, making false accusations about me and my friendships. I'm committed to standing by him through this difficult time as we work to get him the help he needs. Please keep him in your prayers during this challenging period. Broken heart, folded hands. Mental health crisis. Paranoia. False accusations. 2 could play at that game. I made my first and only public response, posting a screenshot of her original text about Brandon followed by, no mental health crisis. No paranoia. No false accusations. Natalie informed me she'd be spending the 2 nights before our wedding with her ex-boyfriend for closure. I wished her well and canceled the wedding. Simple as that. Also, Brandon's mom isn't having a stroke. He posted photos from Topgolf yesterday. Man golfing. Do what you will with that information. The comments were instant chaos, but Thursday afternoon brought the real circus to town. Natalie showed up at Tyler's condo with reinforcements. Linda, her dad Robert, Emma, and, I kid you not, Brandon. They actually brought Brandon to convince me to take back the woman who was planning to spend 2 nights with him. Tyler filmed everything through his Ring doorbell with my permission to share later. Linda immediately started pounding on the door. Kevin Martinez, you open this door right now. We need to discuss this like adults. Robert tried the reasonable dad approach. Son, I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but you're going to fix this. Do you realize how much we've spent? The catering alone was $8,000. Natalie's voice cracked. Kevin, please? You're not being rational. Just talk to me. Then Brandon, this absolute clown, goes, bro, come on. Don't do her dirty like this. Tyler's voice through the Ring speaker was perfect. Did you seriously bring the dude she was going to spend 2 nights with to convince him to take her back? Silence. Then Natalie, it wasn't like that. Tyler, then what was it like? Natalie, I needed to make sure there were no unresolved feelings before I got married. Tyler, and we're there? Longer silence. Natalie, that's irrelevant. Tyler, it's extremely relevant. Robert tried a different approach. Look, we have 180 guests coming from across the country. The rehearsal dinner is tomorrow night. You can't do this to all these people. Tyler, he already did. Then Brandon actually tried to step up. If I could just explain to Kevin man to man? Tyler cut him off. My brother, you are literally the last person who should be here right now. That's when things got really interesting. Emma finally spoke up. Natalie, maybe we should just go. But Natalie lost it completely. No. He doesn't get to do this. He doesn't get to humiliate me like this in front of everyone. Kevin, I know you're listening. You're being pathetic. You're going to regret this for the rest of your life. I was doing you a favor by marrying you. There it was. The truth finally came out. Tyler's response was ice cold. A favor? Anything else, Linda? Linda fired back. We're going to make sure everyone in this city knows what kind of person he really is. Tyler, cool. Kevin already posted the receipts online. Anything else? They stood there for another 10 minutes making increasingly desperate threats before building security showed up and escorted them out. Turns out Tyler's complex doesn't mess around with disturbances. But the Thursday night update was absolutely legendary. Despite everything, despite the canceled wedding, the public humiliation, the confrontation at Tyler's place, Natalie went to Brandon's apartment anyway. She actually posted an Instagram story from his couch, with wine glasses visible in the background and soft lighting. The caption read, "Sometimes the universe shows you exactly where you're meant to be." Sparkle's wine glass. So the wedding being canceled didn't affect those closure plans one bit. Tyler and I were watching Netflix when he got the screenshot from Emma, who was apparently having second thoughts about her loyalty. Dude, Tyler said, showing me the phone. She's literally at his place right now. After everything that happened today. I just shook my head. The trash took itself out, man. But Friday morning brought an entirely new level of entertainment. The country club where our rehearsal dinner was supposed to happen called me at 8 a.m. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got the better of me. Mr. Martinez? This is Janet from Barton Creek Country Club. There seems to be some confusion about tonight's event. No confusion. It's canceled. Well, Miss Thompson is here with her mother, and they're insisting the dinner is still happening. They're demanding we honor the reservation. I could hear yelling in the background. Is that them now? I'm afraid so. Miss Thompson is asking us to charge your card for a new reservation when we explained we couldn't honor the canceled one. Yeah, don't do that. Of course not, sir. Should I have security escort them out? That's your call, Janet. Have a great day. 20 minutes later, Robert called from a different number. I'd blocked his original one. Kevin, this is Robert. I'm at the country club. They're about to call the police on Natalie and Linda. Is this really what you want? I don't want anything, Robert. I'm just living my life. You're destroying hers. She made her choices. I made mine. You're ending a 2-year relationship over a text about helping a friend for 2 nights. Robert, did she tell you she posted from Brandon's apartment last night? After everything that happened yesterday? Silence. Yeah, I saw that story too. Still think I'm overreacting? He hung up. The afternoon brought news that Natalie and Linda had tried to host an alternative celebration at Sugar House Barbecue. According to Tyler's social media intelligence, 12 people showed up out of the 60 invited to the rehearsal dinner. Brandon was one of them. He sat right next to Natalie. Her own sister left when she saw that. Friday night was absolutely legendary. Natalie decided to go live on Instagram around 10 p.m. Wine drunk, crying, the whole catastrophic performance. Tyler was recording everything on his laptop while I made popcorn. This was better than any reality TV show. I just want everyone to know the truth, Natalie slurred into her phone camera. Kevin is painting me as some kind of cheater, but I never cheated. I was just trying to get closure with Brandon. We had unfinished business and I wanted to enter my marriage with a clean slate. Kevin said he was fine with it. The comments were pouring in. Tyler was reading them out loud. Girl, you're literally at Brandon's apartment right now. Natalie tried to move the camera, but everyone had already seen Brandon's distinctive wall art. Some hideous abstract painting his ex-wife had left behind. This isn't. I'm not. We're just talking. Another comment. Didn't you say Kevin was having a mental health crisis this morning? He's crazy. Who cancels an entire wedding over a text message? Someone wrote, someone whose fiancée told them she was spending 2 nights with her ex. That's when Natalie started ugly crying. You don't understand. Brandon and I have history. We have this connection that Kevin never understood. We were supposed to get married 5 years ago before everything fell apart. Wait, what? She'd never told me they were engaged before. She'd said they were just dating. The comments exploded. People were screenshotting everything. Brandon understands me in ways Kevin never could. Kevin's just safe, boring. Brandon makes me feel alive. And there it was. The real truth finally out in the open. The live stream ended when Brandon appeared on camera trying to take her phone away, saying, "Babe, you're making it worse. Come on, babe." Babe. Tyler looked at me with his mouth hanging open. Did she just call her ex-fiancé boring and safe on live video while calling her ex babe? I think she did. And did Brandon just call her babe back? Yep. Dude, you didn't just dodge a bullet. You dodged a nuclear missile. I couldn't argue with that logic. Saturday morning, I woke up at a beautiful resort in Fredericksburg, Texas. Yeah, I went on the honeymoon anyway, solo version. Rolling hills, German bakeries, wine tastings, and absolutely zero drama. Tyler kept me updated via text though. The venue had apparently become an absolute circus. Despite everything being officially canceled, about 40 guests showed up because Natalie and Linda had been calling people all week, telling them it was just postponed, and to come anyway for a celebration of love. But the Grove was hosting a different event that day, a corporate team-building retreat for some tech startup from Dallas. So there were Natalie's confused relatives in formal wedding attire wandering around while 20-something entrepreneurs did trust falls and rope climbing. Linda tried to strong-arm the venue manager into giving them space somewhere, anywhere for an impromptu ceremony. The manager called the police. Again. The plot twist that made everything perfect. Brandon's mom, the one with the supposed stroke, showed up at the venue because someone had told her son was getting married. When she found out the truth, that Brandon had used her fictional illness to break up an engagement, she lost it in front of everyone. Tyler got this secondhand from Emma, who was apparently documenting everything like a war correspondent. You told people I had a stroke so you could sleep with an engaged woman? I raised you better than this, Brandon. Natalie tried to defend him. It's not his fault. Kevin overreacted to everything. Brandon's mom turned on her. You were engaged to another man and spending nights at my son's apartment. You're both disgusting. Perfect timing, perfect delivery. Saturday night brought one last desperate play from Natalie. She showed up at our old apartment. She still had her key since I wasn't on the lease, just paid half the rent. She texted me a photo of herself in her wedding dress, the full $3,000 Vera Wang gown, standing in what used to be our bedroom. This could have been our night. I'm here if you want to talk. I replied, you should check your email. I'd sent her notice that I'd informed the landlord I'd moved out and wouldn't be paying next month's rent. She couldn't afford the place solo on her marketing coordinator salary. You can't do this. Already did. Good luck with everything. Where am I supposed to live? Brandon seems comfortable. She sent 43 voice messages over the next 2 hours. I didn't listen to any of them. The fallout has been absolutely spectacular. Natalie and Brandon are officially together now. They moved in together after she got evicted, into his studio apartment in his mom's garage. Yeah, the successful real estate agent story was apparently fiction. Brandon's been unemployed since his last breakup and living with his mom. Linda and Robert are getting divorced. Turns out Robert was furious when he learned the truth about Brandon, that he wasn't the successful businessman Natalie had described, but a twice-divorced deadbeat with no assets. Robert also discovered that Linda had been encouraging the whole closure thing because she thought Brandon had money from some settlement. When Robert confronted her about it, Linda admitted she'd never liked me because I wasn't ambitious enough. I'm a software developer making $120,000 a year, but okay. Robert sent me an apology email. Kevin, I'm sorry I failed as a father. I should have raised her to have better values. You dodged a bullet, son. I wish I'd had your courage to walk away from a bad situation. Brandon's mom reached out too. I'm sorry my son is such a disappointment. You seem like a decent young man. His father and I are cutting him off financially until he grows up and stops destroying other people's relationships. But here's the best part. Natalie's been trying to plan another wedding with Brandon. She called the Grove to book a new date. They declined her business. She tried 4 other venues in the Austin area. Turns out they all share a blacklist for problematic clients, and Linda's 2 police incidents got them flagged. According to Emma, who's been keeping Tyler updated on the drama, Natalie's been complaining that Brandon won't propose. He keeps saying things like, we don't need a piece of paper, and what we have transcends marriage. She threw a complete meltdown at Thanksgiving when Brandon mentioned he doesn't believe in marriage anymore after his 2 divorces. Natalie screamed, "You ruined my entire life for nothing." Brandon's response, "I thought you loved me for me, not for a wedding." They're still together miserably from what I hear. She keeps trying to make it look perfect on social media, but people have spotted Brandon on Bumble and Tinder. She pretends not to know. As for me, I'm doing incredible. Got promoted to senior developer after the company saw how my performance improved without wedding stress. Started dating Claire from my rock climbing gym in South Austin. She thinks the whole story is hilarious and says she would have done the same thing. We're taking things slow, no pressure, no rush, and definitely no ex-boyfriends needing closure. I ran into Emma at Radio Coffee last week. She apologized for her role in everything and dropped the final bombshell. Natalie had been texting Brandon for 3 months before that Wednesday, planning their closure nights. She'd even bought lingerie specifically for it. Emma had tried to talk her out of it, but Natalie was convinced I was too much of a pushover to do anything about it. Guess she was wrong about that. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. The way she'd compare me to Brandon constantly. How she'd text him as friends, but always hide her phone when she did. The time during an argument when she said I was lucky she chose me. The wedding would have been a disaster. The divorce would have been expensive and messy. That text about Brandon was actually a gift. It showed me exactly who I was about to marry before it was too late. Oh, and for everyone who keeps asking, yes, I got some deposits back. The photographer felt terrible about the situation and refunded half her fee. The baker at Quack's gave back everything except materials costs. The venue and caterer kept their deposits per contract, but it was worth every lost penny for my freedom. Also, stop asking for Claire's climbing gym information. That's weird. And Natalie, if you're reading this, Emma sent me screenshots of Brandon's dating profiles yesterday. He's actively looking. Have fun with that.